this is just a bunch of bullshit from Xbox. With all the man, I don't even know what to say anymore, dude. I am pissed of the pricing. 50% up for shit that nobody wants. Right? They wanted to make it all nice and sweet. Like, oh, we're giving you Ubisoft and classics and what's the other one? Fortnite, right? Yeah. Fortnite, like
crap that we don't need.
Nobody wants that crap. What they should have done is put a fourth tier that included those right there and kept everything the same and make the top one the $30 one, right?
Well, yeah,
because even when before EA even jumped into Ultimate, I was paying those $5 a month, so I was interested in that. And when it got bundled up with Ultimate, then I was happy, right? Because it was something I was actually using, and I think a lot of people were using it because of the sports that are in there, right? Or the Battlefields and whatever else is in there, right? But now it's like, oh, we're gonna give you Ubisoft. And it's like, dude, nobody wants that shit. Nobody wants.
How I know you're really, 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 really mad? You jumped through hot. I forget the Latin term when the show starts right in the middle of the plot with no explanation, just like in the middle of the story.
Caliente?
You're just ranting. Yeah, you're just ranting.
I'm just ranting, dude.
Ranting. Yeah, you didn't introduce nothing. You didn't have your intro. Nothing.
Fuck
you just
no,
hot.
man.
Yeah, you're pissed off.
He didn't even say, "Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, what's up,
How you
guys?
doing?"
Back at you with another video. No,
he's like, "Hell no, I'm here. I got my pitchfork. I got my torch. I'm ready to go."
This stupid renaming. This is like the third or fourth rebranding of this fucking service.
That's normal with Xbox, though.
It's like
the naming thing is stupid. They're always doing it
because this is the same as PlayStation. They got the Essential, the Premium, and then whatever they have.
They kept Ultimate. They kept the name Ultimate.
Yeah. Right. Which they would have planned to change, but they couldn't find a better name.
Right.
They couldn't
find.
Did you see like Extreme. It was like they put it awesome as one of the little things.
Extreme, right? Extreme tier.
That was funny. I'm not gonna lie.
And not only that, it's like maybe some people haven't noticed, or maybe they didn't realize it, or they just kind of just don't care. But they're putting a cap on the rewards, so they fuck the rewards.
Yes. Yeah. I will say this. Because Corpo K is in the house and he can spin some of this.
Yes.
But it is kind of hard to spin.
Yes.
The day before, you pretty much you can't use your reward cards any reward points anymore, or at least what you used to. And this is 2 weeks after what they raised the price on the consoles. Like
yes. It's raise after raise after raise, rebranding shit. Like they can't.
Here's what's going on then. Here's what's going on though. So we have Corpo K. Mad as hell Tech.
Can you even hear yourself?
And Middleman.
Did you? I can't.
Yeah, I already checked. Okay. And so it's Corpo K, Mad as hell Tech, and Middleman Sick, right? Because I'm strictly in the middle. I see both sides, right? I'm not happy about it neither. And I am considering that one day in the far future, just switching to PC Game Pass, right? Because I'm primarily PC.
It's gonna go
But for
away.
now, I'm in the middle. And
full disclosure, Corpo K.
I don't know.
Before I go into it, for full disclosure, Corpo K's views may not reflect the same views as Kieran 717.
Yeah, I don't know about
because
that guy.
consumer K may not be as thrilled as what Corpo K. So, just putting it out there. Disclaimer.
And because I think I'm gonna need this, because this is gonna be a hot one today, I'm gonna need one of those tall boys.
You picked up a tall boy.
The tall boys.
Yeah.
Does it cost you $30, does it?
No.
Getting there.
That's
Not
almost,
even. We're getting
it's
there.
almost there. This is awful. This is bad. And I hope they get, like, I mean, the backlash is out there. So, I mean, they're seeing it, and who knows how much they're sweating. And they're like, or say, we don't give a fuck.
They had an interview. What was it? The Verve had the communications guy. He already commented.
Yeah, that's all
on
PR bullshit. Hey, come on, man. That's all prepared.
Well, yes.
What do you say? Did you say anything?
Basically, it was like, we understand that.
Price increase.
Yeah, and well, not everybody likes price increases, but we are backing up with more value, which. Technically, that is true. They are.
But I hate when they try to paint the picture. They say on the
if you like to play Fortnite and you like Assassin's Creed, and
that's already a given. You're not adding anything more in the day one stuff.
And they're getting 35 day one games because it was 40. Now it's 75. Now I'm
okay.
curious. I'm curious where
where does 75 come from?
Well, I'm know it's going to be a lot of indie games. I get that, and that's not necessarily wrong
or bad,
right? Or bad. But they better not be those $1 or those $4.
Yeah.
You know where I'm going?
Yeah, I know.
Those like $10.
Yeah, games that are $10 anyway, or $5 on.
Yeah, $5 to get your quick 1,000 gamer score.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, you would know all about that, wouldn't you?
I would. You better not do that, dude. You better not do that.
Yeah, that was. I mean, like I said, I mean, a 4th tier wouldn't hurt if people really want Ubisoft shit and that Fortnite.
Yeah,
they can get that.
And then make the other one $25 because we expected the 25 increase. We all expected that, and there would have been some rah, and then it would have been over, right? And the ponies would have brought up from time to time the detractors, or like for example, dudes like that, right?
I think if they would have done a 4th tier, I think that if they would have done a 4th tier without the Fortnite and the Ubisoft and marked it down to 25.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
That would have, and then have everything as Ultimate Plus or something, whatever.
Or true ultimate.
But
penultimate and ultimate. Use the actual words that matter or mean what they mean.
I will say this. All these moves is they have turned FOMO into a premium. I've been tweeting that because I've been seeing, like, what is ridiculous is the change itself.
Yeah.
And then it's some of the reactions to the change itself, right? Like I hear people like, well, I'm just gonna buy my games and save all this money. And I'm like, how many games you plan on buying? How many games you plan on buying?
Right.
If you're an avid gamer, and you want day one stuff, you are not going to save that much money buying them premium. You're not,
Yeah.
So, the realist.
Like you just take the Vault version of Call of Duty or whatever, and that's
stupid to me. That's the stupidest thing. The Call of Duty exception, I call it.
Yeah.
That was dumb. That's just dumb. That's a bean counter saying, hey, you know what we could do? Let's treat all the games separately from Call of Duty.
And that's how you know it's a bean counter move. That's how you know it's a bean counter move.
That's a bean counter move. That's what Corporal K loves.
So clearly it's somebody who's higher up or like the bean counters, whatever.
Yes.
Who really made this move. It's not the Xbox guys. We can tell because every time, and this is why it keeps happening like this. Every time the Xbox side does something, and then a couple weeks to months later, here comes the other side of the coin to eliminate the goodwill, right, and put them 10 steps behind.
But I have seen some stupid responses to this though. Like, Netflix. It's even more than Netflix. How many hours are you spending on Netflix compared to how many hours you're video gaming?
Yeah,
I mean,
on top of that, I canceled my Netflix.
I mean, this girl here to announce the changes, she had to keep a straight face.
Oh yeah, I really do.
She had to fight the laughter. Like, you guys are kidding, right? It's like, you want me to announce this shit?
You could tell.
They threw the Latina to the wolves. That ain't right, man.
Always, bro.
It's a hot topic.
At least it wasn't a brother for once, man. Like in a horror movie, like we know what it is.
She had
like
her papers.
Like get out, Like come on.
She better run. Right?
Yeah, but speaking of brothers, Realist, what up, brother?
Dude.
Sound ill.
You hear me?
Yeah, we hear you better now. There you go.
Okay, I mean, I had the earbud in my ear the whole time. So. What it do, man? What you called me for?
Man, fuck
I just got here.
Tech still raging. Tech still raging.
What had happened?
Still raging.
But see, the thing with people like Tech, you, maybe even Sick, I ain't listening to y'all. Y'all are paid up to 2029.
Not me. Not me.
Not me.
I just admitted stupidly that I still have 100,000 reward points. I'd take advantage of it.
Now it's less.
Now it's worth less. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got. Oh, so hold on. So the points are worth less, or are they harder to get?
No,
No.
well, they're harder to get.
It's
They're
like
worth
6,000
less
compared to
because now you
5
need-
or whatever. Yeah.
Well, you need 17,000 instead of 12,000 to get a
Until
month.
12,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's 5 more.
Because I had 100, I had like 225. I bought some games with it. It's like, man,
You had
I wasn't supposed to be
225
buying
or
any games this year.
225K.
225,000. So okay, whatever.
Damn.
220. How many points? $225 worth of points.
Oh, okay, that's different.
Okay.
That's different.
Okay, so like 200 and something. I don't know how many points that was, but I bought Ready or Not, Final Fantasy 16. I used the points because I couldn't really justify buying it again, but I wanted to show them that bots support Japanese games, so I used my points to get it.
Heck, you're getting Assassin's Creed Shadows for free now.
Are you sure about that? Because I see
Next
Ubisoft
year.
Plus Classic.
Next
Yeah,
year.
Is it
all the Ubisoft
excluded too?
Well, see,
Next
the
year.
thing is, I see. Remember, Tech, I was going to give you my my code, right? But I was like, man, I'm not going to renew this because there's no value in it. You know what I mean? So I kept the whole statue thing. So I got Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Oh, you got the statue? Oh, that looks
I just what do you call it? Entered the code last month because it ended last month,
Oh wow.
Mhm.
Okay.
and I know I still wanted to play that game, but I just didn't have time to get around it. Yeah, but man, look, Ubisoft. If Ubisoft was putting out 4 to 6 games like they used to, I would see the value in the Ubisoft Plus. It's only $180, right? So is PlayStation's thing, if I'm not mistaken, like 120 or whatever. EA is like 122, right? Ubisoft was 180, but I didn't really care about Avatar because I haven't even beat Far Cry yet.
Yeah.
Star Wars game.
What-
I thought got a
Star,
flag.
no,
I thought it was
Star Wars
better.
Outlaws.
I liked
I'm the
it.
one who. Yeah, I'm the one who told Tech, "Hey, ignore the crap they're talking."
Yes.
Yeah, she's not cute. Yeah, her hairstyle's ugly, but
For which
like,
one?
I liked the game. The DLC
game
was
is
good
good.
too, and the
Which one?
DLC
it's a
was pretty
stealth.
good too.
It's a stealth game.
Which
Oh, I
one?
didn't even.
once
I
they
didn't even
fix the
finish it.
bugs.
Star Wars Outlaws.
Oh yeah, no, I
Outlaws,
liked it.
yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once they fix
But
the
like,
bugs,
what-
it's fine.
But honestly,
But I'm still mad.
by the time my subscription wears out and the poor press has been getting, I'm gonna be able to get that game for $15.
Yep.
So like, there's no value like the way it used to be. Like they brought Splinter Cell back. If they kept even if they made Rayman games, or I mean more Riders Republics, anything. Like they're not really doing much of anything. They're riding Prince of Persia right now. I bought that on Epic. It was only on Epic. The Rogue came in Game Pass day one. So what are they really offering? You know what I mean? Like that's why
if you're
I got rid of.
if you're a Fortnite player, you're a winner.
Well, I'm not talking about
Yeah.
Game Pass.
Ah,
Oh,
I'm talking about
Don't even go
Pass.
there.
When it comes to Game Pass,
Tech.
so that's what we started on. When it comes to Game Pass, $30 is not justified for me. If they don't
No.
sweeten the pot by the time my subscription runs out December 2027, I'm not interested. And
So-
I'll go to the $20 tier because that one still has day one games.
So you say you're in September 2027, right?
Right.
Okay, so you
No,
are
no, no,
pretty.
no. December
Oh,
2027.
Oh, okay, well that makes it even better.
Even before then. Wait. He just said at the end there that the $20 tier still has on the day one game. I
No.
thought it didn't.
It didn't. It doesn't.
No, it
doesn't.
didn't. It doesn't have.
Hold up.
it-
Hold up. Didn't I just make the video? Let me look it on Twitter on my other phone. Let me see. Because I made a video and put it on your thing, Tech. And I scrolled it so we can all see what the plans were.
It says new Xbox published games within a year of launch.
Yeah.
And that's for 20?
That's the $20 or
that's for
$15.
$20. That's the premium one.
AKA not day one.
Hold on. Let me see.
Yes.
Hold up. So
that's why
$20
everybody's mad.
$20 gets you day one games within a year?
There's no
Yes.
there's no
In a year,
$20 one.
not
It's a
day one.
$15 one.
No, come on, man.
There's a PC one that's like
16
16 something.
49, 1649,
Yeah.
1649.
You get day one for that.
Let me go on my page. Maybe I can find it faster there because I scrolled it.
Scroll
Because I know,
down.
yeah,
They have made
went up
FOMO
$16
premium.
on PC.
Well, PC has
Well,
day one.
Yeah, PC is day one. That's the thing. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Long term, I may switch to that. Now that's 1650 even, or
And
1649.
that's and I want to ask a question about that because that's why he said December 2027, which means if the if the rumors are true, December 2027 is pretty much the end of this gen going into next gen. It's close, right?
Yeah.
So the question I have is,
it'll be 7 years in. I mean, that's
yes.
Yeah.
So the question I have and I'm curious with you, Realist, because
Tech is too mad.
Yeah, well, Tech is mad. Tech seeing red. He's like a bull. Here's where I am concerned and confused. So Xbox, we all agree that the next console is probably going to be a Windows-based hybrid, correct?
Or at least can run Windows in some fashion. Now we all think hybrid, but at least I'm just gonna word it to be safe for me. It runs Windows in some manner.
Yes. And they are moving forward with their Play Anywhere games, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So why at next gen, which is 2 years away, would you even want to do Ultimate and have PC and not do PC if you have Play Anywhere games and the next console is going to be the hybrid PC?
That's the point.
Just because it's a hybrid PC doesn't mean they're going to treat everything like a PC.
Right. And this is where I made a comment to Sick. I said they are going to blur the F out of what is a PC with this next console.
I don't think they care about anybody trying to figure out what's an Xbox, what's a PC, what's a console.
No,
they just want you to consume their content.
I agree. But my question is if people are smart and they're thinking about, okay, if I got my Rogue or I got some other handheld, and I'm not going to buy into this hybrid PC, I'm probably going to get a PC of my own. Then I'm going to go down to the PC. What I'm concerned is that they're going to jack that PC thing too, and they're going to take day one off of that and make everybody go to Ultimate. That's what I think they're going to do.
Well, see, the thing is can they do that though? See, there's a reason why a PC is cheaper as it is, right? PC gamers have access to cheaper games. They don't really care. You know what I mean? Like they don't really care about
20, but 16 is still a big difference than 30 though.
Well, yeah. They also, but that market is more competitive than console. In the console, you're competing with yourself.
But
so
you're phasing
your compete with the marketplace.
No, I understand that, but you are
with Nvidia still too.
Well, yes, that's the reason why like I told Sick, I was like, oh, I want to know about this upgrading cloud because Xbox's cloud has been mixed at best for performance wise, right. And if it's better, then if they're selling me now an upgrading cloud with Ultimate, like how much better? And then Sick's like, oh, in beta it was now 1440, and I'm like, okay, and I'm like, okay.
And on top of that, they took out the beta moniker, right? They were brave enough to do that. Unlike with Google, where it was eternal beta, you know, that used to be a thing with Google, right? Everything was eternally beta for 10 years, right? Like email was beta until like, I don't know, like 6 years ago, right? But it came out in like what, 2022 or something, or 23 or whatever. But like, this, we knew the whole time they were doing things behind the scenes. In 2021, I think it was, they started using Series S's, right? And there was a difference. We had different options, things like that. Now they've upped it to 1440p, but we don't know what compression they're using. Are they using AV1 yet? Right? I know this is like high level, but it's better compression, which allow you, better picture quality at the same bit rate. Right? They've increased the bit rate, stuff like that. So all the technical aspects are superior now, from the videos I've seen this past week, even before yesterday. Right? I'd seen videos on the subject. So all of that is all just like the speeds and feeds are technically better, and it seems to technically work better, right? But the one advantage that Xbox Cloud always had was the input lag was great, even though it may not have looked as nice as, say, GeForce Now or even Stadia. It always had that great input lag. It felt good, even though sometimes it didn't look good, right? And so they just worked on that. And I feel that was the right approach, right? You work on that, and then slowly you work on the speeds and feeds and the way it sounds and looks. But now they're brave enough to take it off the beta. I haven't tried it since then.
I haven't tried it since June, so when I was on vacation.
Yeah, last time I tried it was around June or so myself. Once again, the game I love to bring up anytime it could fit the narrative. Say it with me, Project Wingman. That was the last time I tried the cloud, and it worked. It worked very well, right? But that was months ago, around June time. I haven't tried this new version, but that doesn't mean you always get the the 1440p. There's tiers and stuff like that, and blah blah blah. I guess because I'm ultimate, it's more likely I'm gonna get it. And it at any given point when I'm trying it, right? Because this is what they're advertising. Not they have these tiers, but that doesn't mean you're always gonna have it. It's kind of like GeForce Now, right? They put you in line if the servers are busy, and if you're a priority member, of course they put you ahead of the line in front of other people. But that doesn't mean you're always gonna get the best server at all times, because they may not be available even when it's your turn to be given a server. So there's a little give and take with that. We'll have to see. I'll have to try it myself. Others will try it a lot more now. I'm sure now that it's out of beta, there'll be more videos testing. I'm sure they already exist even. But like all that said, cloud is still not in a position, I feel, where it's ubiquitous like that, nor will it anytime soon. But it has improved clearly, for sure, enough that they took the beta name off of it, and that's big. Not just
it will be.
Yeah,
I was gonna say it will be for more and more people as they get priced out of consoles.
right.
Yeah.
Because if the next consoles are going to be $1,000, $800, $900,
Yep.
they may have credit options, but if I'm not mistaken, like Xbox,
You gotta finance your console.
Yeah, I can't remember who they did their financing through.
Like they
but
do
you
with
need
phones.
you need at least a 670, right?
They're gonna finance it like your phone, like telecommunications.
Well, no, you don't get your phone financed. It's like it's basically a contract, right?
Right. Yeah.
But like this, but this is, you need good credit, and a lot of people that are crying, they don't have good credit. No,
right,
because they cry too much about financial issues, and they show that they have a lack of financial discipline. If something like this, you want it so bad that it makes you upset that you can't have it, you lack financial discipline.
Yeah.
So you should have heard me on chat, Realist, because I was doing my Corpo K, and I'm like, about 70%, probably more, of Twitter gaming is the guy that's bragging about spending $1,000 on a Rogue Ally X with less than $500 in their savings account.
Yep.
Yeah, but see, the thing is like, so this is why I said they're gonna push us into the cloud, right?
Yeah.
Not us, right? We seem to be hardcore, willing to spend more money than most, but not a lot of people in my family are willing to spend $800 to $900 for a console. 500 was pushing it.
And you want to know why?
A lot of people wait until like 5 years.
PlayStation believes in generations because they jumping off that PS5 anytime soon for a $900 PS6 because they didn't do it for a $500 PS5.
Yeah, they're still on PS4, right? And and the reason why people are on PS4 is because they waited for the price to go down, and so it's still basically somewhat new to them, right? And it's going to be the same thing going on. That's why, like we were talking about Nintendo earlier. This is why they need to keep people on the Switch. They need to keep the Switch relevant, because people aren't going to go run out there to buy $450 handheld consoles for their kids the way they did for $199 and $299. So they got to keep pushing that Switch.
And then on top of that, though, whoever begins the next generation first is gonna take the brunt of the blame, and that's usually Xbox, right?
I mean, technically Nintendo kind of is the first one, right?
It's still not the price levels that we expect.
Xbox takes the licks before everybody.
They take licks at all.
What licks did Nintendo take?
No. I'm saying Nintendo was the first one with the Switch 2 into the next gen, even though it's like.
Oh yeah, well I'm saying like because Nintendo threw $80 out there and then threw it in the box.
Yeah. That's why Bing was like, our buddy Bing was like, he goes, man, I've never seen any vitriol for Xbox like this week. And I'm like, I have. Like, it's like this happens all the time, man.
We saw it for Xbox Live.
Four games, the week that 4 games came out, it was bad.
Well, that wasn't so bad, but like, remember Xbox Live, they wanted to raise the price. And it wasn't even for current customers, it was for new customers. So we were complaining about people who didn't even have an Xbox.
Yep.
But this right here, man, they got a whole rollout. This ain't changing. We can cry all we want to.
That's what I said too.
Yep.
And by the way, by the way, I consumer K does not want to pay $30. I agree. Yeah. But I don't feel bad because people are, well, can you believe what Xbox is doing? I said Xbox finally got smart, man, because they allowed you guys to stack their service $1 per month for the last 4 years, and you were playing your rewards program to pay it off per month. They finally got smart, and now they're asking you to pay. So do I necessarily feel sorry for us? No.
That's why I
can't get smart. They did that to hook everybody. Like people brought it up to fill in interviews. Are you aware that people are flipping? Yeah. People were taking EA codes and flipping it to Game Pass. Like they knew it. I
agree. But my point is that now you're crying, and I don't feel bad for you because you paid for a service that was undervalued for 4 or 5 years, and now all of a sudden they have basically made FOMO a premium service. So the question is, if you want it day one, you're going to have to pay for it.
But the thing,
you can save a little bit.
This is another thing too. See. People were just getting Game Pass because it was an incredible value.
Yes.
The people now who are going to get Game Pass now are real gamers. The people who are genuinely interested in having access to day one games and playing these games.
Yes.
Right? Because at $60 at $30 a month, you might as well buy a game if you're the person who's playing, 3 or 4 games a year. You might as well just buy the games you want.
I'll put one asterisk to that claim, Realist. Everybody's a real gamer except for the streamers that will opt in for 2 months to talk about COD and how cool it is, and then 60 days later say it's a complete sucky game and I want out. And they do it every single year.
I'm gonna define it because the thing is, everybody's a gamer, right? You're a real gamer if you play games. But when I say real gamer, when you say hardcore gamer, I mean, because you can be a hardcore gamer and play one game. So you come up with whatever term you want to come up for the people who actually play games the way we grew up playing games.
Yes.
The way that people play games now is they play one live service game. It's the comfort game, the game that they can always come to. When they're bored, they'll play that game. They won't venture off into any other games. Whatever you want to call those people. Those are the people who Game Pass Ultimate is not for.
Right.
Exactly.
Why would you pay $30 a month when you don't even play that many games?
I just like to troll those COD players, especially the streamers that every year try to hype up their account, and then every year they're like, "COD sucks. It's worse than it's ever been. I'm out." And then it's rinse and repeat.
Especially they want to cap for Battlefield super hard, which I just want to mention too, right? Like I saw another tweet from a Battlefield account comparing their pre-orders or whatever to Call of Duty, when we already know that Call of Duty mollywopped them when it comes to the pre-order situation, and they did great. It's a new record for Battlefield even, and applaud to them, right? I want that game. We all do, I think. All of we discussed in the past, right? Like a dope looking game, and they have a single player that I'm interested in. On top of that, you know me, I'm more about the single player than multiplayer at this point in my life. But like all that being said, all that rah-rah respect to Battlefield. Know your role and shut your fucking mouth, right? Like, who the fuck is you talking shit about Call of Duty? Like, I'm just saying, I'm not even really a Call of Duty head like that. I've been stopped since Modern Warfare 3 after the first expansion pack was out. The first pack, even though I paid for the thing, and I had the box. I saw it when I moved in here last month, right?
Yeah.
Like, I was showing it off to my nephew, who's like, holy crap, you've been into Call of Duty. And I showed him 4, whichever ones I still owned on 360, right? He was like, holy crap, right? I'm like, yeah, I've been doing this. So that's how long ago I stopped really being active in the multiplayers, right? I never bought Ghost. It looked stupid to me the whole time. I'd seen all the reviews. No thanks, right? All the other ones, since at least the single players looked interesting to me, right? But like I've always said here on this show and elsewhere, I started on Battlefield, love Battlefield, but put respect on Call of Duty's fucking name. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Just know your role.
There's the major leagues, and then there's AAA. And I'm sorry, I need to see a little bit more from the Battlefield series before I promote them back to major leagues. So
exactly, and it's looking good so far.
Yeah, I've been impressed with what I'm seeing. But
it preloads tomorrow, by the way, on at least console, I believe PC as well.
Do I gotta pay for that?
COD's beta was today, right? COD's beta was today, right?
Yeah, and COD's beta was today. It's stupid to me because what I did was I left on yesterday when they were showing off the the feed on Twitch, and if you just leave it playing for an hour to give you the code, and I greedily redeemed the code yesterday, when I didn't have to because I'm on Game Pass Ultimate. I got that anyway. I didn't need that. I could have gave the code to somebody, right?
They gave it to Tech. Oh wait, no, Tech's booked until next year too. So
yeah, he's booked into next year too.
Even though he's raging.
Okay, I'm the dude. Okay, I'm the dude.
You don't have to pay any of it until next year, but he's still
I
raging.
know the time's gonna come. The time's gonna come where I will have to pay.
Hold on. Let me just add this one little point.
Still mad.
No, I get you, and I'm about to pass you the buck so you can say whatever you want. Mine expires on Christmas Eve this year, so in 2 months. That's the buffer I've got. Okay, so all the people
go to GameStop, man. There's still 20 bucks.
It could be me, but I'm not.
He took advantage of Amazon. They had their listing at $19.99.
Oh, did they?
Right. And so I got one more plus the code that I told you I
told
redeemed on the first.
I told him yesterday in the chat. I'm like, here's the link. You get it while you can, because Amazon didn't catch up with the news yet.
Like that. Right. And so I have 2 months ahead. Okay, one from rewards program, and then one I bought from Amazon. That's all I've got. But you're the one complaining the most. But I think you're packed up on the most of all of us. I'm just pointing out you.
No, Realist is until 2027.
Okay, fine, but still, you're
may
good
be the
for
second one. Yeah.
Minute. You could be mad. I'm not begrudging nothing you feel. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. But bro,
dude, this one final year is gonna catch up quick.
Okay. Of course it does.
I'll tell you what though. Next year is going to be a big year for Xbox. So if you're going to go out one last year, next year is the one to do it, because they got some games coming out next year.
Well, it's got to be if you're going to raise the prices. See, this is what I'm.
And then you're promising 75 first day one titles. You better start delivering every year.
The thing is like, okay, I was talking to Legal earlier, so he was like, him and Craig are Game Heroes. They were going back and forth. I was like, look, every time Microsoft raises the prices, they've done something to justify it. They know that they can't just raise prices.
Is coming?
Say it again.
You think another purchase is coming? Another merger?
No, a game announcement.
I think
another game announcement.
Well, they raised the price after that acquisition, but I know that another one is coming. Satya has said it. We're just waiting on what it is. I think they're probably waiting for WB to get their minds right.
I would like WB.
I get y'all's juices going. Y'all don't want to let me get in. Go ahead. What you saying?
No, y'all go ahead. Go ahead. I want to hear.
I ain't gonna forget.
No. I asked the question, so I'll sit back.
Harris said
you good.
He's aware of a game he was talking about on Ray Show or on P-Lumps, and he didn't want to say
Who said that?
Paris Lily.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's something. It is something. It's got to be something.
What I was saying is they've always done something to sweeten the pot, right?
Indeed.
So I don't expect them to think that giving us live service perks is going to make people who don't care about those games happy. But what I know is that they're trying to infiltrate those live service games somehow. And this is what we got to give them credit for. Right, we don't want it, but they got to find something that we do want to justify it. Because if that website did actually crash, they got a problem. They do have people revolting, but they need to find a way to infiltrate these "quote unquote" black hole games. They've always done something to sweeten the pie. That does nothing for me.
The conspiracy is they take a run at Epic.
Epic is very valuable, and they're private, in their own, and I think 42% is Tencent. So it's like that would be very difficult, and it's very valuable. I think it's like last I saw it was 16. So what do you give a company that doesn't want to sell? Right? If a company doesn't want to sell, this is why Rockstar Take-Two was never an option, because they have no reason to sell. So you have to do something. You have to do something extraordinary to get them to sell. But what I'm saying is they're gonna do something, because a lot of people are like, well, they don't get enough of these types of games day one. Right? If let's say Judas that comes out next year, or my number one wish list, Dawn of the Day, Dawnwalker comes out, and that hits Game Pass. Do we not see more value then? Because we already have, supposedly there were 12 games released. I never counted them, but I keep hearing 12.
I want to start a rumor. Can I start a rumor?
Go ahead.
I'm going to start a conspiracy theory.
Oh.
GTA 6 is coming to Game Pass Ultimate. Get it now.
I don't see why not.
It could be the older ones too. It could be the older ones because
No, we don't want that.
GTA. That's right, but that's what I'm
All right,
saying.
let me see.
That's what I'm saying.
GTA 6 on Game Pass Ultimate.
We'd love to
Are
see
you
that.
are you mad still?
It's Xbox though.
Well,
they're not.
look,
that,
I enjoy.
they're not that good. They're not that good at that, bro.
So let's be honest. Game Pass is not worth it if you just want one game.
Yeah.
Like it's never been worth it if you're that type of gamer.
Until
Like, if you're the type of gamer
Rockstar is like $100 for the dang game.
It's still not worth it because you pay one time and you own that and you play that game for the next 2 generations until they bring another one.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? It's $300 and something now, so it's still not worth it for one game. But I'm just saying, if they add more of the bigger AAA games day one, if they're able to do that, if the increased customer spend gives them access to spend more on those types of games, are we still complaining? Not to mention the games that we're already getting from Microsoft. Because so far I've played Avowed. This from my Xbox. Avowed. I didn't play as much Doom as I wanted, but I'm gonna jump into Spacer's Choice, whatever name of the game is, and I beat that game. Avowed. I played Call of Duty. Like that right there is what, $240? You know what I mean? Game Pass was worth it just for those 4 games. I played Expedition 33, didn't finish it. I'm playing
Right.
Silk Song right now. I'm getting my value out of it. But for those people who don't play as many games, there's no value in it.
I agree. I think if you're an avid gamer, that's what I was saying right before you came in. If you're an avid gamer, the value is there because you can scream and moan all you want. They're not going to change it. And you can scream and moan all you want and say, well, I'm going to buy my games and save money. No, you won't. You will at $70, $80 a pop, you're going to eclipse that 360 before you even hit,
That's if you pay full
Memorial Day.
price, though.
But if you're an avid gamer, you're doing that.
Well,
You're paying that, and you're paying
so,
sales.
Like with myself, right?
Right.
You know, I play a lot of games because I talk about games, and I just
You got a spreadsheet.
I got a spreadsheet and everything, right? I'm not even joking.
I do too.
I got
I got them on
spreadsheet,
360.
Right.
When the 360 store sale happened, I bought them all.
Yeah. So it's like I have a spreadsheet that shows what games I'm interested, when they coming out, what are released, right?
Yes.
And what not released, what I've played, how long it took me to play them, right? To completion, right? So I play a lot of games. If Xbox Game Pass did not exist, and it did at one point, it didn't at one point, my way of gaming was I buy a game, focus. If I see a game in the future that already released and I see it on sale, I pick it up. It's going to sit on my shelf until I finish my game, right? And I play a lot of games because I go right through them. I just not that I'm doing it fast on purpose. It's just the way I play, right? And that would be like if it gets to a point where I have to cancel Game Pass because I don't want to pay the $30, then I just go back to what I was doing, where I'll focus on 1 or 2 games, maybe 3 maximum, and then pick up any game that I was interested at whatever sale price they have it, like $15. Because I find a lot of $15 games or $10 games.
Yeah, but there's a lot of games you buy that you don't even play until a while later.
Yep.
Or you buy them and they come to Game Pass or all types of like mixes.
Like RoboCop.
Right. Although, hey, I did the same thing. Like, who would have known that on top of that, it would have been converted to play anywhere after the fact when it wasn't original, right? Who knew? I feel stupid, but who could have known, right? Because that's never happened as far as I know, right? Yeah. But like, I forget exactly what I said to you, or if it was someone else or if it was both. See, I can't even remember. But some people complain that they buy these games left and right, even when they're on Game Pass, and then they purchase them anyway. Yeah. Right? And then they don't play them. Yeah. Until way later. No, they sit here and complain.
This
and
hurts me more
money on the game and Game Pass.
This hurts me more only because it pisses me off more because, I'm the only one really that uses Game Pass a lot, but my son likes to play certain games as well, and because of Game Pass and aware that the share thing, how it works, he's able to take advantage and play under his own account, right? Like Dooms, like the Titanfalls. all those sort of games.
Okay, the sharing thing.
Because we're sharing it.
Yeah, they need a family plan.
Even though he plays on PC, I have Ultimate, and I could just install the game under my account, but he can play under his account.
Right.
On his PC, and he's gained the benefits of me, having Ultimate. Now,
lots of dads are saying this. This is why they're defending their Game Pass, because it's not just them; it's their son or sons or daughters, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. But like, there's a lot of dads who's saying that as much as they're mad, they realize how much they're really saving. And we heard dudes like this in Spaces yesterday. I'm sure they were in there today. Godflame, I think, was one of them, right? Who, by the way,
they played Fortnite in his house, so he was all happy about that.
Yeah. So like
he was ecstatic.
Okay, and it goes for you, Tech. Your sons, well, up until recently, I think they did play Fortnite. Up until recently, you got them into Helldivers, right?
Yeah. Well, he got himself into Helldivers, and then he got me into it.
Right. So otherwise, that would have been your situation, right? You're lucky you got out. That's random. That's not most people. Most people, this is what they're doing. So what can you really say to that? I'm not trying to make excuses against the fact that you're mad. Trust me, I really am mad, because my honest opinion is they should have had a $25 tier that didn't have this extra shit, and then a Game Pass Ultimate Plus or whatever. But they would have to have a different name, because you can't be Ultimate and then put Plus at the end. It's illogical, right?
Yeah, I will say I'm more mad at the fact that they raised the. I'm more upset that they raised the console prices and then did this than I am if they didn't raise the console prices, because I think that is stupid anyways for hardware that's that old into a generation.
Yeah.
Then I would not be as consumer K. I would not be as like, I wouldn't say I'm livid. I'm not livid. I'm just more or less like, here we go. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, I don't know, disappointed the word. I don't know what to call it, but
I think it's disappointed. And you know why? Because we all expected this, but not at this soon. We expected it to go up to 25, and then at another point up to 30, not up to 30 all at once. Well, that's the main crux of that version of the argument.
How far would they go, do you think?
What?
I don't know.
What, the prices for these?
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. They could go $60, $70, $80. I mean, if they wanted to. If they wanted to.
Yeah.
If
they can do it if they wanted to, and nobody's going to subscribe.
Right. And that's the problem. Like, people are like, so I joke about it. I said it's where actually
there's got to be a cap at some point.
There's a tweet by who's the lawyer. He was saying something about how politics and consumer and capitalism is almost the same way, where they try to stretch it as far as they could. And I said yes, when it comes to power and when it comes to power and profits, the game is how far can we take it before we start seeing torches and pitchforks. And I'm thinking that Xbox may have gotten to the point where they're starting to see the torches and the pitchforks, so it'll be interesting to see what the response is. I will say this, as someone who works as a competitor of theirs and someone that's in the subscription business, they were well aware that they were going to get this response.
Yeah.
People are like, there's no way they didn't know. Yes, they did. In fact, they probably, I can speak from where I'm at, they have projections of what they expect and what it means. So we'll see if the response matches their projections. If they do change, then obviously it didn't. If they don't change, which I'm with Realist, I don't think they will. I think they are like, you got several years of $1 on us. Y'all are gonna pay for it now, right. And we're stuck. We're gonna put our foot in the dirt and 10 toes down. Right? I don't think they're gonna change.
10 hose down.
10 toes down. I didn't say 10 hoes.
10 hoes. But
10
but look,
toes.
you guys got to also realize, man, like, they're not ignorant to the market. They're not going to charge 40 and be the only subscription out there that's at 40. Right?
Yes.
Right now, you've already got $30 subscriptions out there. And if gaming is what they say it is, it's the leader in entertainment revenue, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Hulu Plus is $30. Netflix will be 30 in a few months. Mm-hmm. They're not going to separate themselves in a way that makes their price egregious. It's not going to happen.
No.
I think we're going to be at 30 for a couple years.
Yes.
I just think
I don't think they're going to do
think,
anything. I don't think they're going to do anything until next gen. I think this will be the last price increase for I agree, to the next 2 years, which is going to cover the rest of this generation. So I think you're all right on the point, realist.
Yeah, so like they're I think they're gonna hold here for a while, just like before they held for years. So now we're gonna be at 30. 30 is going to become common. PlayStation's gonna try to approach it. Ubisoft's gonna try to approach it when they have a better offering. EA is gonna try to do something. They're all gonna try to be in the same ballpark, but they can't just be so expensive that it just looks stupid. So, and another thing that I'm thinking, man, a lot of these, this is what competition is, right? Like this is squashing without doing what Sony does and tries to like make things unavailable. So if Grand Theft Auto comes out, it's $150. They don't care that you don't have money to buy other games.
Nope.
If Xbox Game Pass is $30, they don't care that you don't have money for other subscriptions out there. So that's what I see them looking at it that way too.
Can I go one step further on that? Like I hear that people are like, well, I'm not going to do Game Pass. I'm going to buy the game 70, 80. Good, because Microsoft would rather you buy each one of their games $70, $80 too. So I mean, it's like
they don't care.
They don't care.
I believe Microsoft prefers. I believe Satya and those up top prefer recurring revenue. They prefer you resubscribe. That's why like their whole model has changed. Like every year I forget to cancel 360. Like my kids aren't using it yet. I don't need it for work anymore. It is what it is. But yeah, Microsoft, they're not going to go too high with it. But yeah, of course, there'll be an increase tech. Yeah, but I think we're going to be at 30 for a while. But they got to do something to sweeten the pot for people who don't care about those live service games, because so far they've done nothing. Bringing Ubisoft does nothing.
No.
For people who don't play those games. For people who are waiting for the next Forza or Halo, does nothing for them.
I will say they're still smart though, because they're gonna make you pay. They're gonna make you pay premium for FOMO regardless. If you're gonna do the recurring, you're gonna pay them, or you're gonna pay full price for the games. You're still gonna pay premium for FOMO for their stuff. Period. And you can't avoid it. You know.
And on top of that, I'll give you another comparison outside of Xbox, right? And it actually is with Amazon, right? So they came out with the new Fire Stick, right?
Yes.
It's worse hardware than the previous one that it's replacing with their new operating system. It's worse hardware. So that means it's costing them less, right? It has less RAM, a lesser processor, because their software, I guess, doesn't need.
As I bow out of this conversation.
Right. But this is what they're doing. Where's the smoke for that? Like this tech industry does this shit left and right. Look at Nintendo, right? After the Switch 2 was released, they upped the price on the Switch 1. Nobody's talking about it. If PlayStation or Xbox did this, they would have caught a lot of shit. Especially Xbox. We know Xbox would have caught the most shit. PlayStation would have caught a bunch of shit, and then eventually it would have died down. Xbox would have caught the most shit, and then nobody would have forgot, right? It would have always been brought up. Nintendo.
I got a bone to pick with those Nintendo boys, by the way.
Don't
quote your online service when it is a complete total waste of money if you can go and emulate those old games on PC. Don't even go there.
Charges just for online play. Remember, PlayStation is the one that validated that Xbox did it, right? Which is bad enough, right? But at least when Xbox was doing it in the 360 days versus PS3, people love to bring up that the online was great, was free on PS3, but it was ass. At very first, every game was a separate login, separate name before they even unified it. And that's when it was free, right? But at the very beginning, people forget that first 6 to 8 months on PlayStation Network, right? Where every game required you, like it was on PC, right? Where you had to sign up your name and sign up on the website or whatever outside of the system, because the system didn't even have the ability, to pop up the web browser that it had to do it, right? In comparison to the Xbox, it was all unified and easy to be done, right? But when the PS4 came out, people were so busy dunking on the Xbox and Xbox One and the DRM and TV and all this other shit then nobody said a peep about PlayStation charging for online play. Like it was all good. Like, bro, I'm not trying to make it any excuse for Xbox did. I get it. I'm just as upset as all of you. And trust me, I'm more upset than those who claim to be upset because I know more about this shit than you do.
I will say this. I love Excitebike. I love Excitebike. I played it when it was actually around. Yes. Half of the people who will watch this probably don't even know what Excitebike is.
Talking about. Right.
But if you're paying $50 a year online so you can play Excitebike, you do not need to brag about it.
And then on top of that, yes. And then on top of that, with Nintendo, right? The 40th anniversary of Super Mario Brothers, bro. Right. What did they do? Bullshit like they did with on the 35th anniversary. The community had to do something even better than they did. Super Mario All-Stars Deluxe. Look it up on YouTube. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. Like, they did what Nintendo should have done. The fans did it. And it always is back like that. If it's not up to the pirates, to archive our history, because we know the industry isn't doing it, right? If it's not up to the emulation guys, right? The modders, the tinkerers, the true fans, this industry would have been fucked long ago, long before this. Like, this industry cannot be trusted, like, to take care of itself. It's always been us, and it always will be. And you see how they get down. Even folks at Xbox that I truly believe, like the heads of Xbox, Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, folks like those, I believe they care for real. I truly do. But the people they have to answer to, okay, some people that they have to work with, they don't give fucks at all. Look at what's his name, who's still crying like a bitter ex, Mike
Ibarra.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck. He never did. That's why he's salty now. He got pushed out because he's not a true believer, right? That's why he got pushed out in the first fucking place. Like, fuck that guy. We know what it is, but this is what it is. This is what it is. So trust me, when I say I'm mad, you're not at my level. You're just not. You don't even understand.
Nah, you're not my level,
bag, bro.
Son.
Okay, now you, old man, you're the oldest one here, man. They're the only one here who's truly mad.
Get off my yard,
bro. And you have every right to be. I'll never begrudge you on
mad.
So yeah, there you go.
But like, Corpo K came out with a prediction sure to go wrong though. I did that yesterday in the chat. I said that I don't think Phil Spencer. I think Phil Spencer's not going to see the next gen. I think he retires before the next gen comes out.
I'm thinking so too. A lot of people
weight so you can go out and party.
I mean, he's 55. I mean, he's 55. He still has years if he wants. I just don't. I think Phil Spencer, his main purpose was to ensure that Xbox would survive. And I think now that they've fused it with Windows, that's the case.
That's Sarah Bond. Yep.
Yeah, and there's so much IP, so much investments in their IPs that I tell Sick, I laugh when I hear Xbox is dead, and I heard plenty of that yesterday. Xbox is dead. Xbox is dead. As long as Windows is around, Xbox is never going to die. It may not be your Xbox from back in the day, because I equate it to the caterpillar versus the butterfly, right? But Xbox is not going to die. It's still going to be around. It just may not be in the form that you're used to when you were a kid.
Yep. And this whole industry is changing up as well.
I don't think PlayStation's heading there either, by the way.
Look at his grumbling. You can hear him grumbling.
That's Corpo K, man. Corpo K. You ain't killing us.
He's mad at Corporal K.
You ain't killing us. Grab all you want.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen when my thing runs out. I mean, I know
it'll be PC. You join in the horde.
You gonna re up.
He will, but he joined in the horde. Or realist.
Yes, for the horde. Yes, beautiful thing. A beautiful and about horde. About damn time. And yo, like truly, what I said in the thing, you must have seen in Discord.
I've always had gaming PCs. Like even this one's capable of gaming. I just don't game on it.
Right, but that's
you what will for cheap. You will.
You will for cheap. So that's the thing. Everybody, and it's just what I said about the cable industry, and I've said it here before, right? And I said it online. I think I said it to you, Karen, yesterday, right? I forget what platform, right? This is analogous to what happened in the cable industry, right? Everybody was like, I can just live off of Netflix and Hulu. But this is when Netflix had everything, and there was nothing else but Netflix and Hulu. Yeah. Hulu was for live TV networks, and Netflix was like your HBO on demand, where everybody was on there because nobody else had a service yet. Once the powers that be, you know, like the content owners, right?
Yeah.
Realized the value of their content, then they took it away from Netflix and started to make their own services. Now it's 18 of them. Netflix, meanwhile, had to do the same thing that HBO eventually did. Make their own content to stay relevant, right? Continue to evolve to stay relevant, right? And they did, and that's why they're still around and charging as much as they do, right? And as a wrestling fan, I most recently left them because wrestling is leaving them, or at least in the... Well,
they're starting their
actually,
own?
Yeah, they're just leaving. They moved in with ESPN or whatever, right? And so I was paying the $25 a month tier. So for me, I'm covered the price of Xbox with $15 left over, right? I'm good. Me personally, for the money I spend per month, I'm ahead now, $15, right? So I'm personally fine. I'm doing my math. I know what it is. I've paid attention all the time. Like, I can't be mad.
I mean, like, if you have nothing else, and like
no, it's not just
nothing,
that.
You know.
Also, you know, I brag all the time of how I do what I do with the rewards points, just like you do.
Yeah,
like, I can't be mad. I'm not full of shit. I know what I've done and how much ahead I am. If now it's time for me to pay the piper, what I'm gonna do is sit there and complain like I'm like I'm not the problem.
Yes.
No, I cannot do that. But that doesn't mean I don't understand what.
When's the last time that y'all went and raised hell about Amazon raising their prices? Or that hell, I went to buy some snack cakes the other day. They were $5. I hadn't bought snack
Don't
cakes
be buying
forever.
some snack cakes, dog.
Amazon is perfectly fair with their prices. I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
And I must say,
if you say so,
I never complain about Prime.
I don't think we have
every
Prime
day
anymore.
That, and from time to time
You
I
should.
use Grubhub,
What's wrong with
and
you?
it's free because I'm
you
a
should.
Prime.
And then guess what? They give y'all commercials.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like if you got Prime Video included, but
our commercials are value.
Oh, he's botting heavily, so he was still speaking. He was still speaking, but he was botting heavily.
He was botting. Sorry, Ben.
Oh bad, man. I'm in Conroe, man. Conroe is the woods.
I've been to Conroe years ago.
No, that's why I have a spare computer.
So you know it's the woods.
That's why I have a spare computer that's connected directly to the router, and then I'll get my shows and movies from that medium.
You know what's hilarious about this whole thing though?
What's that?
There's two big events that have happened in the last week. And a rare event. Like today you have a rare event. You have a PlayStation first party game being released. That's rare nowadays. And second of all, you have EA
game bought out.
$55 billion buyout to the Saudis and everybody else under the sun.
Okay, so realist.
You see, Kieran, that's an example of paying the company a VIG because they don't need to sell. Because EA last I checked, they were worth $40 billion, and they got 55.
They had to up the stock. I think 30%. I think it was in value.
I want to say 30.
No, but I know they weren't worth 40. They weren't worth 55. And so this is what I'm saying. So like when we say, oh, Microsoft's going to buy this company, that company, you got to pay a VIG on top of that. You get like they paid them about $15 billion over what they were worth.
Yeah, y'all missed it. Sheik and I had a debate. It was rare too. Yeah, it was rare. Sheik and I had a debate. So Sheik is really worried about the Kushner thing because he thinks it's going to be political and they're going to start right wing. My stance on this is that this is all about one thing. This is about esports, and the Saudis are doubling up on their investments in esports, and EA makes sense.
I agree with that side. And although I am trepidatious about the political side, I think you're right. Right. But just before we get into that, okay, this is what I was going to say prior. So Tech. I truly feel I wasted a beautiful meme on you of all people with that smooth brain thing, because you were nothing but. But I gotta say, at the same time, the reason I was motivated to use that against you, which I regret, I could use something different and save that for later, because I was a good one and I never even seen that one before, right? Is that, bro, I understand, and I hear this complaint all the goddamn time, and it's fucking stupid. I've always thought, because I get you use a computer at work all day and you don't want to have to come home and use one, but at the same fucking time, you're not going to use
no
it
excuse.
that way. Plug it up to a goddamn TV and use it like a console once you understand the little ins and outs, which you're perfectly adept.
I use a computer at work every day, and I still game on the PC if I want to. That's no excuse. That's tech.
Right, especially now with Microsoft and the Xbox full screen experience. And I found the way. A shout out to Lazy Gamer. Apparently, there's a little hack you can do where it tricks the the app or whatever into thinking your monitor is the monitor from one of these handhelds, and so it allows the Xbox full screen experience to work on desktops, but you still get you on complete resolution and whatever, if it's 4K or whatever, and it works, and you get that interface, which we all know eventually, or at least we hope. At least it will come to desktop and then iron all that out for you anyway. My point being, if you're concerned about PC complexity, don't be. But number one, and that's number one. But number two, even if you don't have access to that for a good while, man, suck it the fuck up, bro. Like, if you're mad at Game Pass, this is the option out. What the fuck is we doing, bro? You smooth brain, like this is why I was so mad at you, and I saw that smooth brain, and I used that, but it wasn't worth it on you. You don't deserve that level of smoke. But still, at the same time, bro, you were saying some smooth brain shit. I'm like, motherfucker, what's wrong with you?
I'll show you.
What is wrong with you?
Well, full disclosure, I'm heading towards PC as well. So I mean, I don't see the. No, I'm a hybrid now, but I don't want to spend $1,000 on a hybrid PC that's probably going to be mid.
But anyways. You already will in about a week from now, number one, and you already had long-term plans of doing it within a year or so. Anyway,
well, so the one I spent $1,000 on is at least portable. And I could take it anywhere I want.
Right. So either way, Doom, you did it earlier than you thought, and you plan to spend more than
that. Was part one. Part two is the rig next year, and then I'm
doing the same spot, but you complain about $30 for Game Pass. When once you do that, you can go.
No, I'm going to $16.49.
Exactly my point. Both of them will then bump down to $16.49.
Well, I was on, but I haven't been bitching too much about it. I don't think.
Oh no, not you. But like I said, I was bringing up tech first. You just introduce yourself into smoking again, and you're getting some so what's the term there? Some shots.
Yeah.
Hey man.
Hey, I liked my Alonzo Mourning meme. I thought it was great. It's just my response to this.
Services like this, and we've had. It's not like we've had many gaming services. I mean, we only got PlayStation, whatever else is out there, Game Pass. Even though $15.99 or whatever it started was great price, and they went up to $19.99 or $20. I hate 99. Just round it up to a fucking good
I always
number,
hate that too.
right?
Yeah.
$20.
Supposed to be discontinuing the penny anyway, so
Yeah, it's even like the PC one. Why is it $16.49 instead of $16.99? Why is that one?
I think I read something like there's this mental I think it's like there's this mental thing where you see 99 in the number and you don't gravitate like $29.99 is not 30 and you're like
it's 20.
That doesn't explain the PC one where they give you an extra 50 cents. Why
did that take us? It didn't hit 30 yet. I said, wait, before that sales tax, then it will.
That was a good one. That was a good one because he thought he was a little smart ass with that. And I was like, get him there and good.
What made it great is we share the same sales tax rate. So I do exactly.
He just put the sales tax enjoy that 8.25.
Oh man, I'm the only one who's not, man. I'm never going there, man.
Yeah, Mr. Jersey gets like 6%. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's just $20 just seems like you can swallow that, right? It's like, okay, that's not too bad, right? Even though the service started at what, $15, $17 or whatever it was back then.
15, I think, yeah.
Right, and it went to $20. Like, okay, that's still manageable. That's acceptable, But to go from that to straight up 30, and it's like, dude, that's extreme. That's way too extreme.
Right.
It's a 50% markup, and that's pretty harsh. It is pretty harsh. It's pretty stiff to go a 50% markup.
Pause.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I mean, we can say pause, but really, if you're thinking about it, it really is kind of. Never mind. I won't go there.
It's just 50%. It's just insane. You know, I mean, if they went up $3, maybe $5, like Sick was saying.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Is this more of let's rip off the Band-Aid? Because I agree with Realist that it's going to be like this for next 2 years. Or are we going to do this every 4 or 5 months where they do $2 or $3 and you get to go through the whole thing all over again repeatedly?
No, there's a limit. No, there's a limit. No, there's a limit where everyone will say, fuck this, and we're out.
No, I mean, there's got to be a cap because, I mean, they say
they're testing that. They're seeing where it is.
Let's say they push for $40, right? And
maybe 10 years from now they will.
And they just people really like people are mad today. Imagine at $40 they're gonna be like super mad, but then they tail it back to or they pump the brakes and put it back to $30. And what? Oh, we did you guys a favor, huh? We put it back to 30. Fuck you. No.
Let me ask you a question, Tech. I'm gonna put Corpo K is gonna put a pin in that balloon right away.
Okay, go ahead.
Name me a subscription service where they reduce the price.
Oh, they never did.
Okay, so let's not even go there. It'll never happen. That's where I don't, they may add more stuff to it, sure, but they're not gonna reduce that price. No way. I'd be shocked. We're talking about Microsoft.
Right. So then I brought
this. Well, it also doesn't help. Hold on, sorry. Doesn't help when they keep touting and punching.
Oh yeah, record 5 billion. That didn't help either.
Okay.
Yes.
Where they keep bragging about the profit.
They weren't talking to you. That's the problem with you losers who are supposed to be playing video games. That's when you become freaking Jim Cramer. Why y'all watching this freaking
Nobody's
investor
watching
call?
it. It's just in your face when you're following that account. You know,
look,
why? Don't follow Microsoft. Follow Xbox.
No, look, Realist is going to Corpo K. Dude, it was Sarah Bond. It was Sarah Bond who said it, first of all. Right. So it has to be Xbox.
She's not talking to you.
I know she's not. But the problem is, and look, this is for any executive. I don't care. The optics matter. You know what's going to happen down the road. You make a lot of money and you make decisions on people's livelihoods all the time. I am not going to defend Sarah Bond if she, if she's taking some flack for it. That's part of the position. That's what you in. I don't feel bad for her at all.
Nope.
So
it is what it is. And so, so we was about to talk about it, and I brought it back to make a couple more points.
5 billion, Tech. 5 billion.
He's still growling. Hey, he's mad. I will never begrudge anyone who's mad. I swear to God. But then, so Kieran and Realist especially, I know you guys, are financially aware in ways that I am not, and I assume Tech isn't, although I believe he knows even more than me, right? So still, you guys are far more understanding of the details of finance and stuff. So EA and the Saudis, bro, what you guys have to say about that?
I'll let y'all go because I already said it earlier. So
yeah, but Realist hadn't chimed in yet, and that's when I brought it back for a little bit.
Well, I mean, we talked about it yesterday. Like they have the Saudi Arabia, whoever, UAE, whoever, they've had a vested interest in American entertainment since we were kids. All right, they own like 40% of the cable networks back then. I don't know what they own now. They have a piece of every public company. So like this guy Turkey he's been appointed for like 3 or 4 years the entertainment minister. Like we talked about how he's taking over boxing pretty much. Now they're getting into gaming. Like they understand that we are drones. We're still the richest country, but our people are held captive by entertainment. No different than the Roman Empire with the gladiators. You
about to say, yeah.
Pull the wool over their eyes through entertainment and then fleece them in the background. we should be more conscious of it, right? But all of us, I guess, are gainfully employed, doing okay for ourselves. But it's the people who are complaining about $30 Game Pass prices, not you, Tech, but people who can't afford it that they treat gaming like it's a necessity, like it's not something that you can choose to do or not to do.
Or find cheaper ways of doing it. You know, that's the other thing.
China limits the screen time for their citizens, like everybody else except for us. We're the fattest people, we're the laziest people as a collective. Of course, the people at the top are eating, but they've been invested in American entertainment for a long time, and then now they're into gaming, and they're more out front about it. Because remember Embracer had this big deal with a Saudi company, which is why they made a bunch of the moves that they did. And once that deal fell through, then they started to fall down. So I'm not surprised. I'm interested to see. I don't think it'll be political. I think that they might even give us the best entertainment we ever had. But there's an agenda behind the scenes that we're not paying attention to. And that's how I view this. Like, everybody else is limiting screen time or none altogether, but they're going to take their money and put it into making money off of us because we don't have the discipline to go do something else. That's how I view that. But EA, I don't see anything changing. You know, they're gonna still have the same franchises. FIFA is worldwide. It captivates, Europe and North America, South America, hell, everywhere, right? It's the most popular sport. So that's gonna still go on. American football is still gonna go on with EA.
If they're smart, I see one change that they need to do, and they should have done years ago.
What?
And SIG, yeah, I think you know where I'm going with this. They need to make MUT free to play and yearly now, instead of doing an annual release with the simulation.
If they're dumb, they would do that.
No, I don't think they make enough. I think they can make even more money going free to play and doing that, because they could buy.
Bro, it's top.
They sell skins. They could sell stadium options.
Year, bro. I can't.
But they're limited. But they're limited with annual releases, because they can only add so much in the annual release, and then they have to scrap it to the next one. Because we have a buddy,
people don't even care. They'll buy. They complain about how their roster updates, and then they buy the next one.
I think what you can do with it is you can take Madden MUT, right? And you can create your team as if like it's an avatar, almost like in Fortnite. It is your own personal thing that you can do your own stadium. You could do your own uniforms. You could do all that. You can unlock this stuff and you can sell it. Kind of like what Helldivers does with their skins and stuff like that. And I think they would make even more money than they make now.
I mean, it sounds good, but I mean, they're selling. It's top 3 every year.
Okay, this is straight up Corpo K.
but it's top 3 every year at $70. Same thing for 2K. Like I've been saying, because we got common sense, right? I've been saying this about 2K for years, because that's the one I play from time to time. Last one I played was 22. I'm not gonna buy it every year.
I think the single player franchises are done, though. I don't think they're gonna do the single player franchises. I think this is all about EA Sports.
No, they will.
Oh man, because they want that return.
You can't. Okay, this is the problem, right? This is PlayStation's problem. This was Xbox's problem. You can't be so dependent on other people's IP to eat. And their most popular games they don't own. So this is why they said we're going to get rid of Star Wars and these other games, and we're going to start to depend on our games. At some point, you got to put something out, and it has to take off. At some point, you got to keep trying. You can't keep just because the mouse is taking the whole house. I mean, you see what they're doing to PlayStation, but PlayStation's in a position where they don't really have a game to sell their console.
Well, I think they're gaining an IP. I think they're going. I think it's pretty much almost a lock that they're going to pick up WWE games now. I don't think 2K is going to get it anymore. I think that once that contract is over, it's heading to EA. Why?
Yeah.
Because of UFC and their connections and with WWE already.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's already the same company.
So
I think WWE games is heading over to EA. Absolutely. As soon as that 2K contract is done, see ya, we going to EA. Absolutely.
So 2K's contract is exclusive?
for WWE games now, but it's not in perpetuity.
Right. No, I didn't know it was exclusive. I thought they were just the only ones who wanted to make one.
No,
it's a license. It's a license they have.
Well, I know it's a license, but I didn't know it had exclusivity.
Well, trust me, I guarantee you EA is I'll get that. And like if you like the EA Sports games, I'm real interested with. I think this could be potentially exciting for the EA Sports games and possibly Battlefield. The only concern that I have on the quality is if they are going to use AI heavily on it. I do have a little concern about that. But like what I'm concerned is like. The BioWare titles, I don't know where it fits. I don't know where it fits with this new one.
They fit in the dumpster because they don't sell.
Right.
That's my point.
And
so what you do is you sell it, you sell it off, and you take that money and you pay down your $20 billion that you have in debt with it. Is my point.
Right. And so
I mean that and they have the same kind of debt we have. I mean, they got terms. They don't have to pay it right back.
No, but it actually the rumors are. I haven't seen the official one. The rumors are, according to the agreement, is $1 billion a year. But they're not going to spend 20 years to pay it off. They're going to, they're going to try to get the thing, huh?
We don't know the interest rates. We don't know anything. Plus, they get breaks for taking loans.
I fully admit that. All I'm saying is what I have read under the agreement was
there's an agreement.
$1 billion. Yeah, it's a leveraged buyout, so they're using that to acquire it. So that's why $20 billion is being thrown under EA from the get go. And from what I read, it was. The payment back on it is going to be $1 billion a year because they estimate that they are going to make $5 billion, 5.8 or something like that per year. So it's roughly 20% of what they think they're going to make per year starting out. But I think what they do is if you have Dragon Age and you have BioWare, you're like, all right, we're putting it on the block. Who wants it? And if you make, let's say you make 1 or 2 billion there just off of those IPs, that's 5 to 10% of your debt already gone.
Yo, if you were a publisher, would you pay $1 billion for Dragon Age?
No, not by itself. But if you were grouping all of BioWare's stuff, I would be tempted.
Oh, I mean, if you sold BioWare, then yeah.
Right. But I mean, Mass Effect. I mean, I even put it on Twitter. I said, if you were Xbox, would you be interested in Mass Effect? I would. You have a history with it,
bro. Nobody's interested in anything that doesn't sell. Like that stuff that's beloved to us. They bring out Mass Effect, but
you own the IP. You can turn it around. The problem with Mass Effect is BioWare made stupid decisions with it. Well, EA.
Look, man. Okay, so they've made such stupid decisions and they ruined the IP. Why would anybody give anything substantial for it?
That's because there's still some value with it with nostalgia. Mass Effect still there's still a following that wants Mass Effect to be and there's even a smaller.
Of course. And where did they and how did they turn up for the remake?
And there's multiple ways to market it too, not just games. All types.
I'm just saying if you wanted to pay. If you wanted to buy the BioWare catalog, so to speak, would it be worth $1 or $2 billion? Maybe.
Not to me.
I don't know. I get that. I understand that. I'm just saying Xbox. I mean, Xbox would be an interesting one because I believe they have the studios to do Mass Effect. Like NXL would probably.
NXL is busy.
Well, they are, but you don't have to. Well, here's the thing, but you don't have to do Mass Effect. You don't have to do Mass Effect tomorrow, though. You can.
No, my studios are busy, bro. Stop trying to give us extra credit, bro. You don't want no fucking conquer. You know what I'm saying? Don't get somebody else.
Hey man, they just fired those contraband guys.
We got Clockwork Revolution coming out. No, is that compulsion or is that NXL? NXL is
I think it's compulsion,
right?
Yeah,
that's compulsion. That's compulsion.
Yeah, man, you're yelling at me.
Look at him ground. Yeah, mad as hell. It's really mad as hell.
Black man.
What if PlayStation buys it? Then you'll never see it because
let them have it, and then let them try to buy Kojima Studios, and that's what it's gonna take.
They buying Kojima. Kojima never want to be buyout, man. No,
what I'm saying is, it will take something like that. You know what I mean? Because we just we care about it. We were gamers back in those days.
But they have a history with Mass Effect, though. They do have a history of Mass Effect.
Xbox has one, but
that's what I'm saying.
Back in this day, Silent Hill was a revelation for us. The fog, like we have that affinity, we have that love, we have that nostalgia. No, nobody cared. They brought it back, and then now EA says we're not remaking anything because they wanted to remake old Dragon Age games. You know, I just don't see. Look,
I think there's value in IPs. I do.
There is value in IPs, but the IP has to be. The question
is how much are you willing to pay for it? That's it. I think
I
Mass Effect.
I don't think you're gonna put a dent in 20 billion.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I will say this: it depends. If there's only one buyer in town, you're probably right. If there's two or three, see.
But honestly, what game does BioWare have that you're like, man, you know, we need them to bring that back? I can't believe they didn't bring that back.
Mass Effect they need to bring back.
I'll say Mass Effect. Yeah.
Mass Effect they need to bring back.
Outside of games too, there's all types of ways to leverage that IP. That IP is as deep as.
Okay, go make movies.
Yeah,
sell it to Sony.
Well,
but
like that, yeah.
Well, you can sell to Amazon game, so I mean that might be an interesting one too.
And they would actually make good stuff, man. I don't know, like who they have running things over there, but they do a good job.
Who's that? On Amazon Gaming?
Amazon.
Amazon.
No, Amazon. Who's making their movie like Fallout?
Yeah.
Like, it used to be movie games was trash.
I will say this: we were a little shaky on Lord of the Rings, but we were.
And so I just wanted to bring it back to when we were talking about the UFC and boxing and wrestling and all that.
Say it.
Because like really
Turkey wants WWE games.
Right. Because like Realist knows that one time when they did that UFC event at the Sphere in Vegas, right? Like I ranted him about it. Like
you were there, right?
No, I was watching it live. I was watching it live. And like I watched the presentation, I watched the prelims, and then I watched the actual event. And so I saw the contrast in presentation, and then I looked it up afterwards to find out the dude responsible and everything, and the level of presentation. As a wrestling fan, as a UFC to a lesser extent, and boxing to an even lesser extent, I respect the pageantry and all of that, especially as you see it in wrestling, right? That could be done in the games. And you know that Sphere isn't going to be exclusive to Las Vegas forever. You're going to see it all over Saudi, eventually maybe even, I don't know, New York and New Jersey. It'll be all over the place. It's not going to be a thing they keep to Vegas because it's just so, like, awe-inspiring.
They want to be the entertainment mecca now. They don't want to be Vegas.
They want to be
don't want Vegas.
Yeah. So this is why I say it's going to be all over Saudi Arabia, right? So you know they're going to leverage that. And to imagine that they put that into the games, they put that into the content itself of wrestling and TKO, and maybe they buy a piece of TKO if they don't already own a piece already. I have no idea. Like the potential, and with EA at the video game side, it's ridiculous with the true potential. Now to actually make it happen, it's a whole other conversation that we're just having. But I mean, the potential is there because that one UFC show blew my mind. I've watched it more than a couple times, and I've watched it, I've analyzed, I've seen how they've done it. And they made, like, anytime there was a match, they showed you the two competitors larger than you could possibly imagine on that sphere. Imagine if there was a wrestling match, right? Or a boxing match. Like, the presentation made it bigger than it really was. And a lot of these events are huge, big money events. And then you amplify it even more so. That presentation, I feel, is key. It makes people want to invest, want to buy, want to watch. Maybe they wouldn't.
We have a half a sphere here in Frisco. We got that.
Yeah, they started doing that. They opened one up in Chicago too. They're opening those little places. Yeah.
It started already. Yeah, it started already. Yeah. I already know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Cosmo. I've never been there. Have you?
No.
I haven't either. I want to try it though.
I saw
it's probably like okay,
cool.
It's probably like $300 for a dinner.
No, tickets are insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tickets are insane to get in there.
Hey, realistic, were you a Fight Night fan? Just out of curiosity, were you a Fight Night fan?
I'm a boxing fan. Yeah. Like,
I mean, right, but I mean the game Fight Night, right?
Yeah. That's what I said.
Then we should be excited because that franchise is coming back.
Yes.
Well, just like when the more I think, I'm just sitting here thinking while you guys talk. It's like, EA is gonna take over wrestling. Like, man, is it just that easy? Like, can they just go in and do what 2K did? Are they gearing up for it? Can they make a better game? That's my problem with EA.
No, that's a good question.
They don't
Very good
make
question.
the best. They don't make the best games.
But their
But
2K, this last
they have
2K
the most
wasn't
money.
good. But this year's
Here's
wasn't
the
that
thing.
good.
2K is the same every year, bro. The only thing they can really do is make extra sweat.
Yeah,
maybe
but their
fart.
online didn't even work though. Their online didn't work this year.
Yeah, the wrestling games are
make them more sweaty.
More sweaty.
Playing that they're going to go to EA. It doesn't really matter because 2K is already fucking up anyway. So in terms of wrestling games,
Well, I mean, because you're talking about wrestling. I still want 2K football back.
We know.
Like,
yeah, that ain't happening.
That ain't happening.
There ain't no way they made that $55 billion deal without getting some assurance from the NFL that they're gonna get re-up on that license.
Exactly.
I don't know. I think that 2K don't care. Because 2K has Grand Theft Auto.
I agree with you.
Apex Legends.
Consumer K would love for the NFL to be spread out again and have like ESPN football and stuff like that, like back in those days. But I do not see exclusivity.
And nobody cares about baseball, but 2K made great baseball games, in my opinion.
2K did baseball games.
Like 2K and EA had baseball games. Like a lot of people think Sony just got exclusivity. Those people didn't want to make.
I think they need to bring NBA Live back. In fact, I've been busting my boy Flame on NBA Live. I said, I know y'all bringing back NBA Live because y'all going back to college basketball.
No, let them go back to college basketball because there's no 2K college basketball. But as soon as 2K does,
they're doing a college basketball game now.
2K or EA?
No, EA is. That's
what I said. Let them do it because there's no 2K there.
Yeah.
But as soon as they do, the people are gonna dump them for whatever reason. EA can't do simulation.
I disagree with our buddy Flame though, because he says, I said, do you think he'll do as much as college football? He goes, oh yeah, and I'm like, I don't think so.
No, hell no. Football
I don't think they have that following.
It's the new America's pastime.
Look, they actually sold. Like when college football came out last year, they actually sold consoles for that game, dude. I mean, that's crazy. Like the console sales went up a little bit for college football.
But in my mind with football, the thing is, anytime I watch like a movie where it's in the future, or anytime they try to use a sport to show, this is the sport that they get lots of people in it, like look at Starship Troopers or whatever example you want to use, right? It's a variant of football, right? It's a combat sport. It damn sure ain't baseball. Right? Anytime they show the future, if it's the near future or the far future, and they're trying to show a sport that's in a stadium that everybody's watching, in the background to make the world look more real. It's football they use, right? And so yeah, America's sport for the that's football. It always has been in the zeitgeist. Like the marketing says baseball, but the zeitgeist is truly football.
No, it used to be baseball because it was all there was. That's why they call it America's pastime. Like basketball came later, football came later. But like when it comes to the most watched sport, the most valuable sports, it's football. They play a quarter, not even a quarter of the games baseball players play or basketball players, and they make more money.
No, I mean if you're talking North America,
that's all I'm talking about. I said America. Okay. Come on, Jack.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you say that. Sorry. I mean, I will go back to what I'm saying. This to me is all about esports, and Madden fits that profile very well with their games. And because when we had a bag space, I know it's rare, but we did have a bag space earlier, and Sheik was like, hey, they're gonna try to take a run at Ubisoft, and I'm like, pump the brakes on that. And I said, what esports game does Ubisoft have? Because I don't see the fit
baseball.
Right. And I mean, I think it was what did Bing say? Rainbow. Yeah, and I'm like,
that's old already.
That's old, and if you can get it to work, like it's such got a spotty history. No, there isn't anything on Ubisoft that fits that esports thing. Now I could be wrong and they just want to buy anything and everything under the sun. Okay. But EA makes a lot of sense to me for an esports aspect. And that's what I think all this is esports. and anything that doesn't fit that, maybe they keep a single player game if it shows a return. I think. Well, and someone goes, well, maybe they just sit on it and they don't do anything with it. And I'm like, yeah, but then the IP loses value when you do that. So I don't see them doing that either. But boxing, FIFA, even though, Punter, you're right, they did lose the license of FIFA. I call it FIFA because I refuse to call it FC. But
football club, football.
Right, football club, Madden, all that stuff fits. Battlefield, all that stuff fits into an esports profile. And I think like BioWare and all that, I would probably sell it off if I was them and see what I can get for it. Because sitting on it is not going to do anything.
Yeah, it'll make a small dent in the thing. It may not be a big dent, like, hey, a dent is a dent, bro. And at this point, hey, it is what it is, right?
I mean, even if it's like, let's say it's 500 million, that's still what, 2.5%. I mean, what are you growling at? You still we moved on from Xbox a while ago, man. Come on, man.
That just shows how mad he is. That just shows how mad he is, bro. He's salty about it.
So you don't care about EA at all. He's like, I'm still seeing red.
Yeah, I mean, I stopped playing EA or Madden years ago.
I wish they separated from the simulation from the get-go because I miss my old Madden franchise.
I mean, all EA stuff that I enjoy is
and they still have the hockey games too. And they still have which a lot of
Dice. It's under
Battlefield.
Battlefield.
Oh, yeah.
And so also a lot of people were asking about about the street games, right? A lot of people were hyped about that in the spaces, and I definitely think that's a possibility because you have the high-end simulation, but you also need something that's lower end, more arcadey, right? Yeah. For like general masses.
Oh, like street.
Street.
Yeah, the street games were fun, man.
NBA Street. FIFA Street or FC Street, I guess they would call it now.
Exaggerate with their slams. They go up in the air, flip over 5 times, and then slam.
Need for Speed, because out there they got expensive cars out there in Saudi Arabia. Like they could market it to the Saudis themselves and then worldwide as well. Like a lot of these franchises fit both. It's native and international.
Most Wanted was the best.
A lot of people say that. The thing I liked also was the one, the Chase.
The Most Wanted from the 360, not the one that's like the most recent.
Yeah. I know which one you meant, but there was one that I
You know what? I always thought that EA. I always thought that EA should have gone into a racing sim a little bit more than.
Yes, not super sim, but a little bit more sim.
No, I thought if I thought back in the day that EA would be the one that brings in like a Forza Horizon before Xbox mostly. I mean, I know they've had Forza for the longest time, but I always looked at it as I thought that would be up EA's alley more than Xbox or what is it, Turn 10? Turn 10. And that just tells you just kind of how disappointed EA has probably been in the last 15, 20 years. So I'm mixed on this acquisition because I see so much potential that I think is a good thing, but I also see a bunch of red flags where this could end really bad. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, we got a buddy of mine who's in there, and I said, man, if you're working on a single player game, I'd be worried. But if you're working EA Sports right now, I'd be kind of enthusiastic, to be honest with you, because the Saudis love their sports.
Yeah, so. It's like Sony and Nixie's, right? Like Nixie's is going to have work for a little while there.
Yeah, if you're a Nixis, you're right. Yeah, but 55 billion, man. It's a lot of money. I don't care. People are like, oh, the Saudi. I don't know. It's still 55 billion even for the Saudis too. So
and it was liquid money for them. It was liquid money. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing they had to pay for something else.
Well, I mean, it is and it isn't. Again, it's leverage. They still put 20 billion underneath them that they got to pay back.
Right.
So
they're not reckless with it.
No, but I'm not an esports like dude, but I'm getting more and more interested in it and watching it, especially with the event that they had in Austin this year. Like it really was like, wow. because you normally don't see a crowd like that in the States. You see more of the crowd that wild in the in Europe. So I'm getting more and more involved. I mean, you're not involved, but more and more interested in watching it. Plus, I'm boycotting my Cowboys, so it gives me something else to watch. Jesus, 40-point tie. We're celebrating it. Anyways,
you guys really are celebrating?
I'm not watching it. Like I just laughed when I saw it. I'm like, and then Jerry's doing a victory lap because he thinks he got one over Micah, and I'm like, whatever, dude. Like, just God. I mean, I'm not rooting for Mother Nature to take his course, but I mean, I'm just saying.
So my double checking my Game Pass. It actually ends February 2027.
Look at you and all this.
So you're like pretty much done with it. You're pretty much good for the rest of this gen, dude.
Yeah. And then want to be big mad.
I am big mad. Allow me to be big.
I would be like laughing at me because I'm gonna be paying until 2027.
I'm the one who's gonna be paying before the end of the year. Like,
yeah, be like, you should be like you guys are fools, man. You should have stacked up when you can.
Yeah, I should have stacked up when I can, especially you with your points. You're the one, but I mean, that's.
I had 100. I think I have like 110,000, and I'm like, and by the time I got to it, it was already. Yeah, they closed the door.
I had like 150,000 or so in my maybe a couple months ago, and I just stacked up on the months.
So this was my plan. I was just gonna stack up on it until the next console, and then I was just gonna blow it out on the next console. But now I'm like,
well,
I'm gonna go PC anyways. Might as well, yeah.
Keep stacking it.
Just use it to buy games that I really want.
Yeah.
Nah.
Maybe GTA 6. Use it to go through their store. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
It's excluded. It's at the bottom in the fine print.
It probably would be excluded. You cannot buy COD.
Yeah. You can't buy this many.
That's the dumb rule.
Dude, how can they be so
Game Pass?
I'm telling you, that's the one thing. Like when Sick and I first saw this, and I'm like,
excluding.
Well, first of all, I wasn't in the conversation at first, so I was watching. Like my phone kept going off, and I was in a meeting. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? I see.
Find out for bag.
No, I'm working. And then they were like, sick, bing, sick, bing, sick, bing, sick, bing. And it was going like 30 times. And so I get out of this meeting, and then Bing's like, man, of all days, Kieran's not here either. And I put like a Joe Hendry meme. I'm like,
and then all of a sudden you appeared. Yeah.
And I'm the first thing I noticed, and I think I said it to Sick. I'm like, that COD thing is stupid. Like that is like out of all the things, like the price, I'm not like really super upset about, or like it's like COD.
It's crazy.
It's smart. It's
like
Corpo K thinks is brilliant.
Corpo K is like, I am now worthy to see you. Let me learn from the feet of the master. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
COD is the ultimate franchise. You must pay to play it.
And it is and you know what? This is what I was saying before against Battlefield, and you know where I stand with Battlefield, bro. If I had to pick between the two, it's Battlefield.
Yeah.
All day, every day. But just respecting it like Corpo K is. Yeah.
No, I mean COD. I've said this. COD is in a class of its own, and Fortnite is just in a whole other universe. Like the way they do stuff, no one else can do. It's effectively.
As much as I said, I'm not too interested in multiplayer nowadays, right?
Right.
Battlefield, I'll give an exception, right? Like if I play multiplayer nowadays, it's mostly like co-op type of games, right? Space Marine, Helldivers,
fun.
Halo, Forever, right?
Yeah.
But like multiplayer out all day with competing and blah blah blah, team deathmatch or solo, I bled that blood away, bro. Don't get me back in that. Don't make the old Sick come back.
I know.
Bro, last time I played the last Battlefield, when myself and K Mega and who's that developer guy we messed with as well, right? And bro, and me, I'm polite but also an asshole at the same time, right? I'm like, and I see this dude, I'm like, and it's got the proximity chat, right? So we can hear each other when we're near each other, even if we're enemies. I said, oh hey, how you doing? Fuck you. He started laughing. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Are you crazy?
Proximity chat is awesome,
they're all polite because you see somebody new and you say hello and I really meant it, but all of a sudden I'm like, oh fuck, and I blasted this dude.
They're like doing shorts with proximity chat now. Anybody that sees something funny is like an automatic short on YouTube. I've noticed that.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
when Battlefield the beta came out, dude, it was so nice. Like I was like,
I was laughing at Tim the Tool Man though when he did that one where he was playing the beta and he got stuck in that building and it kept blowing up over and over and over again. I was like, that's Battlefield, man, right there.
Battlefield for you, man. They dump it all over your head, bro.
Yeah, and it's like the same wall that's gone down about 4 or 5 times. They figured out how to respawn it, blow it up on you again. It's like that's Battlefield.
Beautiful. It just goes to show, right? It just goes to show.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, let's shut it down. I'm going to the grocery store.
Did you get your rage out of the way? Did you get it?
Now.
Did you get some of it out?
Well, now that I looked at my expiration dates, not till 2027. So I guess
did Corp K kind of make it easy on you a little bit?
Not at all. Not at all.
He's a dick, anyways, man.
Yeah,
he really is.
He twisted the knife. That guy. To be honest,
it's like he don't care. He's like greed is good.
No, I mean, even I don't see how new subscribers, if they subscribe, can swallow $30. Right?
No.
It's just they just can't. I don't think people can. Right?
No.
And even at $20, even before it was $20, and I've said it here before many times before we met you. My son at 12 years old was aware that $17, $20 for Game Pass was a great value, great price for everything we were getting. Right?
Yes.
And I'm sure if I tell him now what happened, because he's not aware, he'll probably like, wow, it's like, what the hell? That's just too much.
I haven't talked to my son since 14. I want to see what my 23-year-old thinks because he's on PC Game Pass.
Right?
Yeah, so next week you got to tell us, the both of you.
Yeah, and it's just like, even he knew at $12, I mean, at 12 years old, that Game Pass or whatever price it was then 2 years ago, that he was like, dude, that sounds awesome. Why isn't everybody on it? He even asked me that.
I remember you saying that.
He asked me that. It's like, why isn't everybody on it? You get like all these games. It's like, oh, no, people are dumb. But now at $30,
you can still get it. It's just if you want the new thing day one.
Yes.
And by the way, maybe there is something good out of it because we always talk, and we brought it up last show. Like people ask, when is this going to break? And I say, everybody who with a brain says when you stop buying. Well, maybe it's getting out of hand with the FOMO that people are like, you know what? I can wait.
That's what's going to happen now. This is the thing this is the point I was trying to make when I was bringing the cable company analogy with Netflix and Hulu, right?
Mm-hmm.
People start to cope and start to rationalize what's actually good for their own pocket, short term and long term,
which they should every few months anyway. So
they should, but
they don't
turn the situation into what we have now with the streaming services, right? Which is ironic. Yesterday, I don't know if you saw, I posted an article where they're saying cable is back on the rise now.
Yes,
literally, because this is that's how far they went. It's worse than cable.
Well, they're not saving money anymore.
No,
exactly.
And well, I mean, here's a good point. I spend $100 now on Hulu because I have the ESPN and Disney and all that, and all it is it's rehashing what I had with cable. It's combining all these channels, and they're bundling it, and you're paying more. The only difference, and I told Sick this, the only difference is I can turn it off anytime I want to, and I don't have to pay a premium to break a contract. But that's the only difference.
And this is why I think there's going to be a return to sailing the high seas in games and in media.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You see what, when we had cable bills, right? We should have known that we weren't going to get out of, quote unquote, cutting the cord clean. We should have known when we had to go through the cable companies for internet. So they weren't gonna just lay down. But now, with these subscriptions, what they're realizing is that they're the same subscriptions, right? It's just that we're charging $7 to $8 a month per channel.
Yeah.
But when they try to go at it alone, right, when it's not working the same. HBO, man, they hit me for $180, man. I thought I canceled that crap. I mean,
see,
that's the angle.
But see, I reminded Sick, I'm like, some of these people that some of these subscriptions, some of them are new, right? Netflix wasn't around 25 5 years ago or whatever. HBO was, NBC was. So some of these that they're nailing us through that are the same exact players that drove the prices through the cable companies anyways.
Yeah,
so it's like right.
Whichever way they could.
They just figured out how to. They just figured out how to play the new game.
Saying.
Right.
That's exactly what I was saying. Although, and I foresaw it way back when it was just Netflix and just Hulu, and nobody else existed. I knew it then. People are making excuses and coping, but eventually they're gonna get your money anyway. One way or another, you gotta pay the piper. That was my point overall, even back then. But hey, you're paying now. You're paying now.
Okay, says
you're paying now. And meanwhile, you're about to spend $1,000 on that handheld PC. So even though you up ahead, they still got your money. They still got your money. Be quiet. Why? Why switch there? You a hypocrite? You're a hypocrite.
It might be that the wife doesn't know and you're screaming at it.
That's my birthday present to myself.
Hey, I thought he was.
See, that's what I told my wife. I said that's my Christmas, guys. So there you go.
I always get myself a big ticket item either for my birthday or for Christmas. That's for myself because I don't expect anybody to get it for me because it's just too much.
That's what I want. When it comes up before my birthday, I'm like, damn it, what am I gonna do? I don't know. We'll see.
Gaming and action cameras is my thing. You know me, I love cameras.
You and your action cameras.
Yeah. And
drones now too. That's your other thing.
Yeah.
Drones are cool. Expensive, man. That's an expensive hobby.
And the one cool thing that I learned
Tech, I'm glad.
No,
I just want to say this. I'm gonna shut up after this because every time I talk, y'all get excited.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Look, it was you. It was the first one. Look, Tech, we really got to talk because like all my kids are playing sports now, and then my oldest, she got like recruiters and stuff. And if you don't know, then say you don't know. But like, if you do, I need something that can track them. Something that I could just post up and it'll track them.
The Pocket 3 is good. The DJI Pocket 3. It just doesn't have a lot of zoom. If you're looking for a lot of zoom.
Yeah, for softball, no, but for because one's a catcher, one's a first base girl, whatever you call it, and then now the boy, I'm in the bleachers.
No,
and it's not really as important for him, but it's going to be cool because if you do it for one, you got to do it for all of them. But it's mainly for my oldest.
The Pocket 3 has a mechanical gimbal on it, right? All 3 axes, so it's really nice, and it has auto tracking, so you can track. You can tell it what to track, it will track it, but it just doesn't have the zoom capability that you may be looking for. Right.
Okay.
It's more for
just like she's looking at one, and I'm like, I don't know. I can find something that can do this.
GoPros and the 360 cameras. It's not going to happen. It's not going to do it for you.
No, because there's this one camera that she's looking at. That's it's a subscription. I'm like, I can just buy one. Oh, wow. Yeah. I'm sure it works, but I don't want to subscribe. I got too many subscriptions. Just let me pay for it.
No, I like the action cams more because it's more up close stuff that activities with the kids and for myself than the small drones that I enjoy is what I use. Anything that has to do with zooming or sports, and that's kind of like out of my league.
I wonder if they would let me do a drone.
No, with the restrictions they have now, man.
In Texas?
Yeah, it's just
shoot that thing out of the air.
Like at a game, bro.
It's a big thing having a drone over people if you're not commercial.
So I need a license.
You'll still even as a just for rec uses, you still need to get some sort of like a permit or some. You got to pass this test, which is not hard at all. I haven't done it yet, but I've read enough.
How do you know it's not hard?
It's simple. Also, if it weighs a certain amount, like if it's over 250 grams, you have to register it with the FAA Yeah, that's right. The FAA.
Yeah, FAA.
FAA.
You have to register your drone and get it all, submitted to them and all that good stuff. So,
oh my!
Because I have one that was given to me. It's a DJI Spark. This is back in like 2016, 2017, and it's only like 255 grams, just 5 over. So I had to register that little thing to the government
Only
or to the FAA because you just have to, right? I don't know what kind of penalty or any kind of tickets you can get. I've never been caught with it or stopped by anybody. The only time when I got questioned about it, I was down in Houston at Herman Park. And I was just taking video of the statues and the water thing that's there and just kind of like everything you see there at Herman Park. And I was already pretty much done. I was just getting some last footage and some security guy came up to me. He's like, "Hey, are you flying a drone?" It's like, "Yeah." It's about to bring it down. He's like, "Yeah, you can't be flying drones here." And it's like, "Why not?" I was like, "We're near the hospital district, the medical district." So you gotta watch out for the helicopters.
I'm looking it up right now. It says Texas drone law misdemeanor violations such as flying over critical infrastructure can lead up to 180 days in jail and a $2,000 fine.
Yeah, they've gotten strict with it just because stupid people do stupid shit, right?
It's been 6 months in jail,
and they just ruined it for everybody. So.
Yeah.
I mean, even when these wildfires in California, some idiot flew his drone just because he wanted to get the footage. And it struck an airplane, and they had to ground the airplane because it made a huge hole in the side or like somewhere. On the plane.
I've heard that.
I hope they got him right. They got the dude right.
That I don't know. I'm sure if they found the drone and found the registration, all that.
Yeah, if it was registered.
Yeah, there's fingerprints and other stuff like that, especially when it's damaged to that level. You know they're gonna put in the effort to find.
Oh yeah, even if especially when they're in an emergency situation, trying to turn off those fires or water down
even
those
if it
fires.
turned out to be accidental, like still they're gonna find them. But the one cool thing I wanted to say is that I think it was with you who first explained it to me. But with drones, they're kind of like motion aware. So all you do is you put your hand out and it just lands in your hand. That was
certain
cool
ones. Certain ones do that.
Certain ones, yeah.
So there's one I have that I bought. I think it was like $200. Very, very entry level drone, but it's a very good brand. DJI. They make the best drones.
That's the brand name I hear all the time.
And there's one that you don't even need the app for it. You could just turn it on and like have it fly and follow you around and do all sorts of little maneuvers around it. And it does that, like I told you, where you could put your hand out and it'll land in your hand because it has a sensor on there. Now it's limited on what it can do, like, than the higher end ones, but it's a fun, like entry level drone for, especially with kids who, if they're interested, but you don't want to give them something high end to break, then a smaller one like the Neo, which is what I got, is a fun one to kind of mess around with.
I don't know. You fly it around my neighborhood where there's ranches and stuff. You're probably gonna get some bird shot on it. So.
Oh no, I've flown it here in my neighborhood. And nobody's really pissed off at me for flying around. I mean, I got a pretty good community here, and people actually like if they see.
Are you in the city?
So yeah, I mean, I'm here in Irving, so
yeah.
So when people have seen me here, people just approach like, "Hey, what are you doing?" It's like, "I'm flying a drone." "Oh, really?" And they ask so many questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. Right. I'm happy to answer any drone questions that they have, anything about rules or about the drone itself. And it's fun. But of course, sometimes like if you're on that Nextdoor app, that neighborhood social app.
Yeah.
So every now and then you'll find somebody complain like, "Who's flying a drone?
That's a bitch fest. That whole app is a bitch fest, man.
So I kind of egg it on. I'm like, "Dude, what do you got to hide, dude?"
Well,
no, I'm in Weatherford, dude. So that's kind of like, I don't know.
Well, for you at least, people know you, on your block and stuff, so it's not a problem. But when you get outside of that, that's when you start to have the problem.
My thing, if I fly over neighborhoods like mine, I do not hover over somebody's house like a long periods of time. Right. If I'm over anybody's house, it's just because I'm flying through that path, right? I'm not doing it to spy on you or anything like that. I just do it because it's the pathway I'm taking, and that's it, right?
So we have realtors that come and use them for their pictures.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff,
it's a big thing now with the realtors.
Yeah, that's true.
It's fun. It's fun. I mean, I don't get out much to fly as much as I want to, but when things happen around here, something nearby my neighborhood, I can fly it out and like record it and see what's going on.
It's like someone, if he sees a helicopter, I got to get my drone. Let's go figure out what's going on.
Wreck right into it, see what happens. Yeah. And then, see, here's one thing. So here, because I'm next to DFW Airport.
Yeah. I used to live in Irving.
I'm within the range where and this is a while back, then if I turn on my drone and I try to fly it will start alerting like you're inside the aerial space of DFW. You cannot fly or you can't go over a certain altitude. Well, DJI, they removed the geofencing. So now there's no warning. I mean, they'll warn you, but it's not keeping you from flying, right? You still fly. Where before, if you were really within the range of an airport, you cannot fly. Like it won't go up at all. And they took off that restriction.
Irving was the first city I lived in when I moved down to Texas. Lived in an apartment complex off Rock Island and MacArthur.
Oh, that's south. Yeah.
Yeah. An old school.
But yeah, it's fun. Fun. Action cams and drones are fun. I like those. All right. I'm going to head out to Walmart. I got to get some things real quick. You guys have a good night.
Buy some Game Pass cards. They might have it for $19.99.
My younger is like, I want some tacky chips I can take to school tomorrow. I was like, okay.
Kids love Takis. I don't listen, of all the things that are like youthful and hip to eat, like candy and stuff. Like I got a pack of what do you call these, fruit roll-ups, right? Okay. Like once in a blue moon, I'll eat some candy, but the weird things to me are the crazy obsession with sour, which is okay, fine. Even when we were kids, that was a thing, but they're super crazy about it now. But Takis, I can't understand why they eat
I've
Takis.
never had them.
I don't understand Tootsie Rolls. I don't know why some people like those. I think they're disgusting.
Okay,
I think
like
they're disgusting.
Rolls, and I also like
anything taffy. I don't like.
Yeah, I like Twizzlers, but I don't like Red Vines. I really thought Red Vines would have been better because I always heard they would be better. No, I hate those too. So I don't know. I guess I'm out of touch, but there you go.
Go touch some grass. All right, man. Have a good night, fellas. Thank you. I think I'm more calm now because you guys settle me down.
Until tomorrow on Twitter, and he'll be back raging again.
Allow me to be mad on Twitter.
That's what you're supposed to be. Everybody's mad on Twitter.
Yeah. Still gonna laugh at you though.
Don't know the price increase happens.
No.
Oh, facts. And then we'll all be mad with you.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, guys, for anybody on the replay, thank you very much. Guys, thank you very much again. It was fun. Let's get out of here. Bye.
Later.